Welcome to Preschool All Stars podcast. I'm Sharice Ellison, and and today I'm with Barbie Rodriguez.
Hey,
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. All right, let's get to it. So, what was your life like before joining Preschool All Stars?
So, before Preschool All Stars, I actually started about 3 years ago. We all know COVID and how COVID shook up everything. So, I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I'm sitting at home, bored out of my mind. And I came across Joy. I came across a post. I saw a free book. I jumped on it and got the book. I'm going to be very transparent here. I skimmed through the book. I don't read all the books. And I saw a few things that just really stood out to me. And I said, oh my gosh, I was doing this for my boss. I could do this for myself. And I jumped right on. It was a huge launch. Sure enough, I paid the whole thing. I took out the money from savings. I'm like, I'm going to do this. We're going. And it was said and done. So I jumped in just in time where it was a big hype and things were just up and popping when it came to virtual school. So it was a really big change for me. Coming from the preschool industry, I've been doing childcare for 22 years, mostly as an administrator. I owned at one point too, many, many years ago. So it was a huge difference from coming from a facility, working with so many staff and children and parents to like, hey, oh my gosh, now I'm an owner,
Right.
in the middle of a pandemic. So that's how I found joy.
Awesome. So, what were some of the things that you struggling with beforehand?
So, some of the things that I struggled with, you mean before jumping or during while I was in the preschool all stars?
Probably maybe a combination.
So one of the things that I was struggling is like I had this idea, but I didn't know which direction to go in. And there was a lot of content in the book that actually helped me see the bigger picture. And that's when that vision came in. Once I jumped into preschool all stars, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of information. What do I do? And the best thing that helped me out was just plugging with so many people like you, some former sisters that also they helped me out so much. And it was a matter of I just needed to ask questions. There was no right question because I had the silliest questions. And that's what actually helped me kind of get on track and get on my journey with my virtual preschool.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit. You joined obviously a long time ago,
Yeah.
during the COVID. And so at that time, you kind of mentioned it. So if you can just, talk a little bit more about why did you decide to join Preschool All Stars?
I decided to join Preschool All Stars because it was just something that I needed at the time. It was, I didn't know where I was going, what direction. We were in the middle of COVID, kids at home. I wanted to offer something else, offer some services for parents, but I didn't know how. And it was like, okay, she had a plan, there was a structure, and I knew exactly what direction I was going in. But then the big boom hit. Want to hear about the boom?
Yes.
The big boom hit where life takes over and tragedy strikes, and I ended up shutting it all down. And then we fast forward 3 years later, and I reached out to my dear friend Sharif, that's you. And it was just, hey, I have this big idea again, and I want to share this because I know there's many like me. There's a lot that have returned, and some people like, well, why did you leave? And my story is a little different. I had a loss, a loved one that I lost, and it was just heartbreaking. So fast forward, I decided to procrastinate for 3 years, and I had the big idea again. And the time came where it's like, okay, you either jump on this train now or you're just not going to do it. And sure enough, I had reached out to you. Hey, when is Joy opening up? You're like, tomorrow. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's a sign. So I decided to join back because I knew that everything I needed was in this circle. Everything that I needed to use to plug and play to build my business again was in this circle. So that's how I ended up back after three
Yes.
years.
Yes. So those of you who are listening in, Barbie left. I thought it was 2 years ago. Was it 3 years ago?
It's going on 3 years.
Is it going on three? Wow, 3 years
Yeah.
ago. And then she just returned back this past April. So I was super excited to have her back. Thank you. So coming back now, you seem to be more clear on what it is that you want. So tell everybody what it is that you are working on and what your program is.
Sure. So I am currently working on launching a micro school. The difference with mine is that I'm actually going to extend care services to 4 and 5 years. So given that
Nice.
I have been in the early childhood education system, I do have all my credentials, so I'm able to get a licensed facility. So right now we're in the process of still looking for locations, something that's going to work for me and work for the community with what I want to offer. So we're offering educational services for children kindergarten all the way through 5th grade right now. I have the ability to do all the way through 8th grade, but we're currently just working on that. We're in the state of Florida, so there's currently this huge movement of funding for homeschoolers. So that's the route that we're taking now.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Mhm.
And so do you currently have a job or you do your business full time?
I do currently work. I work at a private school, and I am also on the side. I work everything having to do with my micro school, working on some projects in the back scene, that I'll be launching soon, some activities to offer to other preschools, and just things that, have had done in the past but had stopped, and currently doing that. And then the wonderful thing is that I could use the hub to manage it all.
Right. Oh, yes, the hub. Everybody loves the hub.
Everybody. If you don't love it now, you'll love it soon. I promise.
Right.
I
Once you
didn't
get it
love
done
it.
and up and running, right?
Yeah, I didn't
It's the
like
point
it.
of getting it there is the
I tell you
problem.
the truth. Charisse knows what is all these buttons. I don't
Right.
like it.
Yes, the hub is a love-hate relationship, but once it's up, it's like, oh.
That's it. That's your bread and butter right there.
All right. Awesome. Well, that micro school sounds awesome. And so what's the plan of opening? Do you have a opening date or?
So we do have an opening date. We're looking at August 5th. Very excited because that's actually my birthday.
Oh,
So we're looking at opening that week. If for whatever reason that does not happen, we are going to offer services virtually until we do find that location. So we do have a backup plan in the event that we cannot meet at a local place. There's also public places that we can meet. So we also have that as a plan C in the event that, we have some families that still want to meet and still want to do field trips or just want to have the kids collaborate. So we have a few backups in the event that we don't find a location for August 5th.
oh, awesome. Well, okay. So next question is, how is life better now that you're a preschool all-star or back to preschool all-stars?
I'll sum it up in one word: purpose. I
Oh,
have a purpose, and for all of us here, I'm sure that we can all agree that it's just a gift within us that we want to make that difference. We want to help the littles. For me, I extend that help to the parents. I've throughout the time that I was away, I've been studying psychology. So I want to be able to offer services to parent counseling to parents and even to my students. So, life is better because it's giving me my purpose back.
oh, awesome. I love that. Awesome. All right. So if anybody was on the fence about joining Preschool All Stars, what would you say to her?
Stop procrastinating. Get on the train and get off at your stop and let's go.
All right. Right. All
Been
right.
there. And you know what? I will be very honest. Sometimes we think of the finances. Sometimes we think of, what if I'm going to fail? And I'll be very transparent. I'm that person. I have failed before in the past. I have had many businesses and they have done so well. But the moment that I come across a stumbling block, it stops me. It stops me dead in my tracks. And I'm like, that's it. It's done. It's over. And I want to express this to whoever is listening, whether now or even later on. It's that struggles are going to come, but those struggles are always meant to build you. They're not meant to break you. So the struggle is just to show you the lesson that you need to learn in the moment, and then from there you use that strength to just move forward. So don't look at fear as a bad thing. Look at it as that thing that's going to ignite you to move forward, because we all go through it. Like, you go from working at a preschool to now, oh my gosh, like, I have an LLC, like, I have a business bank account, I got mail coming in for a business and credit cards, and you know that this is who you are. You didn't just come across joy just because. You didn't just come across the book just because, someone didn't forward this to you just because. They forwarded to you because now is that moment to take advantage of this opportunity and face fear directly, because it's going to get you to a higher place in life and you're going to thank yourself in the future for it.
Right. Awesome. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing
You're
that.
welcome.
All right. To learn more and to join Preschool All Stars, go to preschoolallstars.com. Thanks again, Barbie, for joining us today.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye.